Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Craig Campbell from Pastor Craig's Vintage Cards, and this is part number 18 of my NFL hybrid set build from 1970 through 73. Cards from 70, 71, 72, and 73. One card for each player. If you had a card issued, you're going to have one card in the set, and been doing this alphabetically, and I'm really having a fun time making these videos, sharing the information. The vast majority of these cards are from my childhood collection. So let's get into it. We're going to start up here with Al Dodd, his 1970 card. I'm going to fold this sheet here, and that way we can zoom in a little bit. See the cards a little bit better while I'm talking. There we go. Al Dodd, 1970, with the New Orleans Saints. That's his rookie card. His other card he had issued was 1971. He was drafted in 1967 with the 90th pick. He played as a defensive back first with the Bears in 1967. He played in 6 games, and then he switched to a wide receiver with the Saints from 69 to 71, and with the Falcons from 73 to 75. Al played in 71 games, starting in 53, and he had 111 catches with 3 touchdowns. Marty Domris here. Marty, quarterback with the Colts. He had a rookie card in 1971, then cards issued between 73 and 76. He was drafted with the number 9 pick in 1969 by the Chargers. Pretty high pick. He backed up John Hadle during his time with San Diego. After the 71 season, Marty requested a trade, and he got sent to the Baltimore Colts. He had his best season in 1972 after Johnny Unitas got injured. The Colts then drafted Burt Jones, and Marty was signed as a backup. He was dealt to the 49ers before the 76 season started, and he was a third-string quarterback in San Francisco. He got cut in 77, and then he signed with the Jets, where he was a backup to Richard Todd. Marty dressed for 90 games, starting 32. His most productive season was 1972. Marty threw for 27 touchdowns in his career, but 50 interceptions, and over 4,900 yards passing. So that is Marty Domris up here. And you got Tom Domris, a defensive tackle, no relation. This is his rookie card, and it's his only card. And Tom was drafted in 1968 out of Wisconsin, go Badgers, by the Oilers with the 268th pick. He played with the Oilers from 68 to 71, the Broncos from 71 to 72. He suited up in 63 games, starting 38. He had 2 fumble recoveries in his career and scored 1 touchdown. His best seasons were 69 and 70 with the Oilers. And so Tom Domris. This guy over here, Bobby Douglas, Pro Action card from 1972 Topps. His rookie card's a 71 Topps. And he had cards issued from 72 to 75 and 77. Bobby was drafted out of Kansas by the Bears in 69 with the 41st pick. He was an All-American in college in 1968. He played with the Bears from 69 to 75, Chargers in 75, the Saints 76 through 77. He finished up with the Green Bay Packers in 1978. 1972, Bobby ran for 968 yards in a 14-game season. And then in 1973, and I remember this game against my beloved Green Bay Packers, he rushed for 4 touchdowns. Bobby and Billy Kilmer are the only quarterbacks to have 4 rushing touchdowns in a game. His problem, he was a great running quarterback. He was basically a running back. But his record as a starting quarterback was just 13 and 31. And he had the 3rd highest quarterback rushing yards per game over his career, but his passer rating was only 48.5. Yikes. Not too good. He suited up in 91 games, starting 53. Bobby threw for 36 touchdowns in his career and 64 interceptions, but he had 22 rushing touchdowns. And I'm telling you right now, Bobby Douglas was probably one of the most prolific running quarterbacks ever in the NFL. He was a tough player to tackle, and but not much of a throwing quarterback. We got Doug Dressler here with the Cincinnati Bengals, 1973, his rookie card. He also had a card issued in 75. He was undrafted out of Chico State. Signed with the Bengals in 70. He played with the Bengals from 70 to 74. And then in 75, he was with the Patriots and the Chiefs. He suited up for 68 games, starting 18. He had 1,820 yards from scrimmage for his career with 11 touchdowns. 1972 was his best season. He started in 10 games for the Bengals. This guy right here, Freddie Dryer. Man, he was a heck of a player. Rookie cards in 1970 tops. He had cards issued from 73 to 80. Fred was drafted by the New York Giants with the 13th pick out of San Diego State, and he became a starter in his rookie year, and he led the Giants in sacks for 3 straight years with 29. He was a great player with the Giants, but he had run-ins with the Giants management. They said, get out of here and trade him to the Patriots. And he had a contract stalemate with New England. So they said, we're trading you to L.A., and he went to the Rams. He was a backup in 72, but then he became a starter in 73. And he is the only player to have 2 safeties in the same game, and he did that against my beloved Green Bay Packers. I remember that. Freddie Dryer, 2 safeties, same game. He had a great run from 73 to 79. He was on a very good defensive squad, and he was a very good defensive player. He led the NFL in sacks in 74, was second team All-Pro. In 1975, he was a Pro Bowl selection. Fred retired after the 1981 season. He suited up in 176 games, starting 165. He had a long, nice career, but you know what? He had a great career as an actor. He was the star of the detective show Hunter, and I remember watching that often in the 1980s. I think it came on Saturday night. Pretty good show. And I remember watching Freddie Dryer as an actor on the show Hunter. Right over here we got Bobby. I can't read it. Bobby Duhon. There we go. New York Giants, 1972. It's his rookie card and his only card. He was drafted out of Tulane in 1968 with the 70th pick by the New York Giants. He was a quarterback at Tulane, but tried out as a defensive back, and he ultimately became a running back after the Giants picked up Fran Tarkenton. Bobby played for the Giants from 68 to 72. He missed the 69 season with an injury. He suited up in 44 games for his career, starting 22, and finished with 1,557 yards from scrimmage and 5 touchdowns. Speedy Duncan. That's one of my cards I had from a childhood, and it's in pretty good shape, too. Not too bad. Leslie Speedy Duncan. It's his last card. His rookie card was a 67 tops, and he had cards issued from 68 to 71. He was undrafted out of Jackson State, signed with the Chargers in 64, and played just a little bit of safety before starting as a cornerback between 64 and 70. Speedy was a 3-time AFL All-Star, 65, 66, and 67. And he went to the Redskins and played primarily as a punt returner and a kick returner. He was inducted in the Chargers Hall of Fame and was named to their 40th and their 50th anniversary teams. Speedy played in 115 games, starting in 59. He had 24 interceptions with 3 touchdowns, 4 fumble recoveries with 1 touchdown, as well as returning 382 kicks for 4 touchdowns. So he ended up with 8 touchdowns defensively or kick returns over his career. That's pretty good for Speedy. Speedy Duncan, Chargers. And last on the sheet, we've got Pete Duranko. His rookie cards is 69 tops. He had cards issued between 73 and 75. Pete was drafted by the Broncos in 66 with the 12th pick out of Notre Dame. He was a 2-time national champion at Notre Dame, 64 and 66. He was All-American in 1966. So he had a nice career in college at Notre Dame, 2-time national champion, All-American. Played for the Broncos from 67 to 74, and he sat out the 75 season due to injury. 1976, he got picked by the expansion Tampa Bay Buccaneers and was cut before the start of the season. In his retirement, he earned his master's degree and became a steel executive. Not too bad. He died in 2011, and as with so many players, the autopsy proved that he had chronic brain injury, CTE. So many players from these days suffered from chronic brain injuries. All right, guys, this has been part number 18. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at these cards here. I did. And probably the best player on the bunch out of here was Fred Dryer. Just a really solid player. But I'm telling you right now, Bobby Douglas, he was nightmares for Green Bay. Unbelievable running quarterback. Not much of a thrower, but boy, he could put up the yards on the ground. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a comment. Let me know what you liked about it, and we will talk soon. Keep collecting. So many ways to build sets, and I love the building the set this way. It's been a blast. We'll talk later.